It's really hard to relocate a team. I don't know if that's a new breaking news alert. Relocation's hard.
Hit the breaking news. Hit the breaking news.
It takes that many
drop.
years?
Like, hit the breaking news.
It
drop.
takes some time. It takes some effort. It takes some lies.
Some
It
lies.
takes some cheating, some stealing. Sort of.
A little underhandedness going on?
There has to be.
Okay.
Big announcement this morning. The Oakland A's are not going to play in Oakland next year.
Whack.
Shock the world.
Oof.
They are going to play in Sacramento in a AAA stadium.
So are they going to be the Sacramento A's, or are they going to be the Vegas A's in Sacramento, like how the Anaheim
The
Angels
Vegas A's
used to
of
do it?
Sacramento.
That is a whole great story
But it
of
cuts
the
up the
fight
California
in
A's
baseball
of
over
Sacramento.
that.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
I mean, yeah,
That's
it's
what
gonna
they
be the
were
Vegas-
called.
Yeah, I know.
That was awful.
They were forced to be called that. Now, they're just the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah.
They dropped
Which
that.
if you live here, Anaheim is nowhere near Los Angeles.
No.
So Anaheim wanted name, and it was part of a deal for some financing that they'd be known as the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So in Major League Baseball owners meetings, I'm David Samson filling in for Rich Eisen here on the Rich Eisen Show radio network. And during owners meetings, when there's a vote taken, the secretary or the general counsel is taking the vote of the teams. And it goes in alphabetical order, and you change who has the first vote each time. So it's not always Atlanta, let's
that's
say.
cool. Okay.
So then the next vote, it's the next team, and then the next team is first. So you never know how people are going to vote, even though it's predetermined. And during the vote, it would be Los Angeles Dodgers. Sounds normal. New York Yankees. Everything's normal. And then Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And it would be this big mockery because, of course, Artie Moreno wanted no part of the Anaheim name.
Right.
He wanted to be only the Los Angeles Angels, feeling like there's more money in that. Not more victories, it appears. Just more money. And now the Oakland A's have announced that they're going to play in Sacramento. We don't know the name, but they're not going to be the Vegas A's. I promise you that. Because they don't want to start marketing that name during an interim period in Sacramento.
Okay.
So I'll eliminate Vegas A's.
Okay.
Hard to call them the Oakland A's.
Yeah, because, I mean, Oakland's going to be like, you left.
So what they could be called is the A's.
What about the
Just
California?
leave it at
What
that?
about California A's?
Like the California Angels?
Yeah.
They used to be the
Used to be the
California
California
Angels.
Angels.
Now we're going old school.
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah, the California A's.
They could be that. I think it'll be the A's.
They're just the A's.
The way we're told to refer, we would get a list. Every team gets a list of how players want to be referred to, or nicknames, or executives, or teams. Sort of gives you a guide, like a pronunciation guide. And it could very well be that we're just going to say the A's. Because that would make sense to me. Now, Sacramento is doing this because they want to show baseball we're a big league town. Not just that Sacramento Kings. We can handle two teams. And so they're viewing this 3-year interim period, and I would say interim for what, we don't know, because we have no guarantee that there's a new ballpark in Vegas for 2028. We don't know that for sure. We don't know if there'll be a new ballpark in Oakland for 2028, though that's not out of the question either. They could be in Sacramento for longer than 3 years, but they can never announce that because we could never give Vegas the opportunity to say, okay, we can slow play the deal. So there's a lot that goes into how these announcements are done. And it's no coincidence that it was done today after the A's had met with the Oakland mayor who said, give me $97 million. And they said, see you later.
See you later.
I'd like to go to Sacramento now. I believe that they had a deal in Sacramento before they even met with Oakland. That would also be very common because they're still negotiating the TV deal. And with Oakland moving to Sacramento, they lose their Oakland TV deal, which makes other owners very unhappy because it leads to more revenue sharing. So they're negotiating to see what money they can get in Sacramento for their TV and how big the haircut would be for moving to Sacramento in this interim period. But either way, they had to leave the Coliseum. Our players used to hate the Coliseum.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. David,
I did a
tomorrow
game last year.
we're going to play a game called What's More Likely, where I throw two things at you and I ask you to pick which one is more likely. Little preview right now. Where are the Oakland A's playing in 2028? What's more likely? Sacramento, Las Vegas, or Oakland?
Whoa.
And I'm going to say Sacramento. It's a lot harder to build a building than you think. It requires a lot of money, a lot of agreements, and then a lot of things to go right to build a roof facility in a 34 to 36 month construction timeline. And on a side note, you better have good construction documents to do it. And we haven't seen anything out of Oakland yet, or out of Vegas. We haven't seen documents. We saw some AI renderings.
Yeah,
Those
but
were
that's
good.
nothing.
Those were kind of cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do that too. You give a prompt.
Yeah.
So the whole renderings were rendered totally useless. But now there's new ones because they're blowing up the Tropicana and they're building Nirvana in Vegas on Tropicana Boulevard.
That's what we need. More construction on Las Vegas
Las
Boulevard.
Vegas, exactly.
Well,
it doesn't
F1
affect
was
us.
an outrage. Were you there for F1? Anybody?
I was there the
not
week
go.
before,
Did
and it
not
was
go.
nuts. It was the streets. It
Well,
was
the
like,
Vegas residents hated it.
yeah,
Look at how beautiful that building's
looks
going to be.
incredible.
it does look beautiful.
I will go right now. If the game we're going to play tomorrow, but how about the game right now? The final ballpark, wherever it is,
Will not look
won't look
anything
like that. I can promise you that. We're
I
very
couldn't- I
good.
couldn't
Oh,
make
look,
it to
that's the one in
to see the
Sydney.
Opera
Yeah,
House.
Opera House.
How about them saying it doesn't look like the Sydney Opera
Who
House?
said
That's
that?
insane.
The actual designer said, yeah, I wasn't even thinking of Sydney.
Sure you weren't.
What
Sure you
what exactly
Check
were
his
you
passport.
thinking of?
He was
Mike,
in,
the Sphere is losing money. Just play in the Sphere. Can they just figure it out how to
can't-
play
have
in
you
that
been to
thing?
the Sphere?
No. Can you
yeah,
play
I
in
mean,
it?
I've
cannot
been in there. You can't fit
fit a baseball field in the Sphere.
You have to rip all the seats out.
People's necks would start
Yeah.
hurting too. Because
It
the
would be a
best
cool
seats are high up.
It would be a cool backdrop.
I can only tell you this: the Sphere. If you haven't done it, I would encourage you to do it.
Oh, it's cool as hell.
It's
You
cool,
can
right?
go with
I
Stu
went.
Gatz with the Grateful Dead,
It's,
Dead and Company.
Absolutely not.
I mean, that could be fun.
I'd like to remember the.
It may
my
lead
trip
to
the
arrests.
Sphere. Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting watching what happens with the A's because the announcement today is just another step in what is the relocation or getting a new ballpark, which is really the step to expansion. That's the true goal of MLB, is to get to 32 teams because the owners want to start paying back debt that they accrued during COVID.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.